Welcome to yet another segment of Ramadan Conversations. And with us is Sayed Zaki, a chartered accountant by profession. Obviously, a financial expert is here. And you know the conversation is going to be about smart Ramadan. Yes, your financial planning during the holy month. Mr. Zaki, welcome.
Pleasure.
So, as I said, why should you be here? If not, we're going to talk about money and planning, isn't it? So beginning with budgeting during Ramadan. It's only the month that is changing. The income remains the same. The spending remains the same. We have a lot of things. Only thing is coming with more spending, like extra spending maybe on food, family gatherings, charities, donations, isn't it? So as a financial expert, how would you advise people to plan their monthly budget for the holy month without, getting into this spree of overspending?
There is nothing new about budgeting. I think budgeting is part of almost every day, every month, the whole year, or probably years to come. So Ramadan is also something similar. And just like any budget plans you do, you always categorize your spendings or the outflows of cash into broader categories. Obviously, your inflows, it's either coming from your fixed source of salaries or your business or whatever source of income you have. But your expenses, you can broadly categorize them into, obviously, one is zakat, which is one of the pillar of Islam. The second is you can categorize into general charity which you want to give more than the zakat what is prescribed. Another one is the spending during the Ramadan. That again you can break it down into three aspects. One is your iftars and guest dinners or dinner invites. Second one is your contribution to the social community. Some nearby masjid there is somebody who is holding iftar dinners, or you want to participate in giving a few contribution or few meals or something like that. And the third part is obviously the Eid celebration and the gifts and
at the end of the month,
whatever you have to. But if you categorize them and you actually put your numbers there and you see, okay, what is that? You have to look at spending. Something which is zakat is very much straightforward, which is very fixed, 2.5% of your wealth, which has been accumulated for 1 year or more.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So basically Ramadan to Ramadan, if something which is less than 1 year, if it is, like for example, my deposits or my any of my asset which I purchased, like a gold or a silver, if it is less than 1 year, probably that does not qualify for being zakatable, or that's not a wealth which is on which zakat needs to be calculated. So your set of assets which are there, and you can calculate your zakat and have a broader category that broader picture or broader idea for the rest of the 12 months. What is my zakat outflow going to be for this year? Mm-hmm. And then you can start saving on a month-to-month basis or keep a target and start accumulating that.
That is crucial during this month. And when you're linking it to budgeting, you were about to explain that. Let's go a little deeper into the importance of charity and sometimes, how people really they struggle, isn't it, to cope up, or if there is a stress, a financial stress.
Okay, let us understand what is zakat now. If I have to really put it in a layman's term, or somebody who does not follow the Islamic principles or the Islamic faith to understand, zakat is nothing more like a tax which has to be paid. Now, unlike zakat is paid to the government, the tax is paid to the government, zakat is paid to the needy directly. So there are categories of people who are eligible for getting a zakat. It's basically your contribution to upbringing the down and the needy people. So somebody who has been accumulating wealth or doing well, okay, there are going to be times when they are going through a stress of financial, because life is never going to be the same. It is always going to be swinging up and down. So everybody needs to plan for it. But there are blessed ones who are made their wealth. There will be times when there are days when their income flow is a little tight, but they have the wealth. So they are eligible to pay the zakat, and it is a mandatory on them. So they have to plan for it, and with whatever minimum resources they have, they need to plan for it. If it becomes too tight, and since it is a mandatory, and if they are going to be holding on to their faith, they need to liquidate some of their assets and cover that zakat part. But that is something which, if they have a proper planning, they can avoid that.
Yes, I think that would lead to my next question. Indeed, a proper planning is always important. Coming to stress, managing financial stress, even otherwise, we do have financial stress, especially this month. The holy month, as you said, zakat is there, your gatherings are there, your giveaways are there, and you need to be ready for Eid. So this could actually put extra stress, at least on some of them. What would be your advice as a financial person to those people who undergo financial, or how can they manage financial stress during the whole month?
At first place, the way I handle it, Ramadan month is not about trying to show to the public what I can afford or what I can do.
True.
It is more of a faith between yourself and your creator.
Yes.
So first you need to ensure that you are doing it with a right, clean heart, and you are doing it only for the acceptance with your creator. So you need to do it within your limited means. It's not necessary that you have to go through that stress of throwing a lavish iftar party or throwing a lavish Eid celebration. You can curtail those things. You can try and keep it more something which is good, but not really a lavish one.
Right.
And with regard to zakat, that is a mandatory. So first priority should always be towards the zakat. Second priority should be towards your, a good celebration of the whole month and the Eid. The Ramadan is more about, connecting, getting more closer to the creator. It is more of cleansing yourself, getting your desires under control. So the one desire of spending lavishly should also be controlled, curtailed.
Yes.
So if you see, it's all about controlling your hunger, controlling your material desires.
So your world falls into it.
It comes very much into that, and if you follow it to the T of the principle, then you will be following it with the right spirits, and then you will be obviously taking away the stress out of it.
Right. And I love the way you put it. It's not the time to show off. It's not anything about what we have and what the world should see. It's all between you and your creator. Beautiful month and beautiful thoughts. And maybe finally, I would also want to ask you, many a time, everything needs that jump start, that board from where we can begin, isn't it? Ramadan usually, when it comes to dieting, some people make it as a start. How can one use this month as a beginner for financial planning, youngsters or others alike? What is your tip?
Like I mentioned, zakat is calculated from Ramadan to Ramadan.
So it's for the whole year, you say?
The 1 year's saving is always eligible for the zakat payment. So that should be a motivation for you to say that, okay, next year, if I have made a zakat of X this year, next time at least I should be X plus or X multiple.
Okay.
So that should be the goal automatically coming into your, and when you start giving away, there is always a feeling good within yourself. So the more you give, the more you start making your room for it. So from my perspective, whenever I started my professional journey, when I look back upon where I used to pay a zakat of X, today when I'm paying, alhamdulillah, multiple of that X, I feel good about it. When the outflow is better. So that's how you need to look at it. You need to start building your assets. You need to start building with an intention of giving back to the society, then obviously you will do better for yourself.
True. And thank you very much for joining us. What would be that one last tip that you will have to give to people or to our viewers about the holy month on the whole, making it a smart month or a smart Ramadan from a financial aspect?
From the financial aspect, I would like to give a simple tip here. Zakat, we all know, has to be paid. Like for example, on my deposits, on my gold, on any of those assets. Try and create, if I'm putting a deposit, I mean, a lot of people don't put it into savings account or a deposit account because interest is haram for Muslims. But nowadays, Islamic banking has come into play.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
You can always look at buying an Islamic-based asset where you are having a fixed return, which accumulates over a period of time, which will take care of your zakat component and probably leave a little more to cover for your assets which are not giving you that yield. Like for example, a gold jewelry.
Mm-hmm.
It will probably not give, but if you are having this assets which are giving you a particular return, you can cover that also there. So maybe that's how you can plan a little bit.
Thank you very much and Ramadan Kareem.
Ramadan Kareem to you too.
So that was Sayed Zaki with us on Ramadan Conversations, talking to us about how smart you can be during this holy month, yes, with your finances.